Somebody say it, Hetty 13.
Hey people! Okay, so I am ready to go to the MS clinic, and so my ride should be here probably within the next 30-45 minutes, and I'm feeling a little woozy. I just took my medication, and this is the deal. I take baclofen for my leg spasms, which makes my legs like really stiff to where they can't move and it hurts really bad. And then I take Neurontin for the neuropathy, which is that burning feeling and stuff like that. But then I also take Valium for to relax the muscles in my legs, and pretty much the Valium makes me loopy. I don't like it. So in the past few days, I'm sure I've been like, hey people, yeah, that's why the Valium is killing me softly. So hopefully we'll do some medication changes. I just don't like the high feeling or the totally lethargic feeling, because I'm more of like a hyper person, you know what I mean? I don't like being like this. So I've got all my meds. I've got all the questions written down. I've got all the paperwork filled out, so it should run pretty smoothly. I'm just pretty excited to see what they can do for me. And this is just the first visit, so I'm sure it's just like evaluation and stuff like that. Hopefully medication changes and things. I don't expect anything like major life-changing, like, oh, we're going to cure it. So, you know, there's no cure. So anyway, wish me luck. I have extreme dry mouth, so I'm going to get some gum, and then I'm going to go to the clinic. Alright, this is me being loopy, signing off. OMG, and I forgot to do my hair, so I look like a freaking little boy starting kindergarten. So, I'm going to go do my hair so I don't look like that. So, Twitter. Alright, thanks. Hey peeps. Okay, obviously been home for a long time. Today was not a good day at the doctor. Now they're saying that some of my tests came back abnormal. As in, like, my spinal fluid, like, I have MRIs, I have lesions on my brain. My brain is riddled with lesions, and so is my spine. But the problem is that my spinal fluid, when they did the spinal tap, there is no MS in the spinal fluid, which concerns them. Also, on my spine, there is a lesion about this big, and that's not normally how MS lesions look. So they're thinking that it is a completely different disease, and I didn't have MS this whole time, although it is a cousin of the MS and is constantly, like, excuse me, I burped and I tried to play it off and it didn't work out. It's constantly mistaken for MS, or just because it's so very, very close, like very small things, but the name of it, I'll put it in my pants, and I'll put a Wikipedia page to it, but it affects your spine, everything that, you know, nerves and stuff like that, the complete spine, but also your optic nerve and balance and stuff like that. So basically everything that I have. The only difference really is that MS, and they're completely treated different ways. Do you know what I mean? So I've been getting MS treatments, and I should have been getting the other treatment for this other disease, if I have that disease. But the thing is that with this disease, that I can't think of the name because it's nothing you can ever freaking remember. MS has lesions on the brain, and this other one doesn't. So I took the test for that, and I have to wait 3 weeks. and then we'll find out. I asked the doctor what the deal was as far as like, okay, so he's got experimental type treatments, not experimental, they're in like phase 3 or something, and I would be able to get on to that, and it had like 90% rate of like people increasing in mobility and as far as disability and things like that, so it would definitely help with that if it's MS. If it's this other disease, that would not be good, so that's why we have to wait on that. And I would have to get a different, they do have some good treatments for it, but I asked him, so what is the survival rate on that, or you know what I mean, like what are we looking at here? And he said, well, it leads me to believe that you do have it. We do have to do the test or whatever, but the brain lesions is the only thing really throwing me off. Everything else is pretty textbook, this condition that is pretty rare apparently, and of course I would get it, and but there is no recovery from it. So like they have medications, I guess, just to help manage it a little bit, but there's no recovery. It just goes downhill. So I spent most of the day crying because it looks like I might have that, although we don't know yet. I mean, I have to wait 3 weeks for the test to come back. But yeah, but anyway, if it is MS, then we have to, which pisses me off because I've been told for 4 years that's what I have and that's what we've been treating for. Anyway, if it is MS, then I have to get this drug that Medicare does not pay for. But if you're hospitalized, Medicare will pay for any treatment that you get. So and it's 5 days of treatment once a year. So they would hospitalize me for 5 days. I would get this treatment. Then they would pay for it. It's like freaking loopholes you have to jump through for all this crap. And then he changed a lot of my medications just so I'm not so tired, and something to help with the tiredness, because they gave me a pill that was for me being tired, but it doesn't work at all, so it's no point in taking it. So he laughed at that and gave me another one. So I got a text message. So that's the deal. That's the down low. Keep hope alive. I've already had a pity party today. Tim came over and made me feel better and brought tons of candy and tased Luke, and you can see that video. I'll put that in my pants as well, or you can just go look at my last video I just did. So yeah, so it was a good day that way, but everything else sucked. Oh, and I'm exhausted because I woke up at, like 4 o'clock this morning. Been up since then. Had nothing but a shit storm of bad news. But on a side note, I love that that clinic. Doctors know a lot, and they're very personable, and that's all they deal with is MS. So I'm pretty excited to be able to be there, but not excited for the news that it might be a more deadly disease. Good times. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it big, I guess. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. I love your guts. Toodles poodles.